should really sort out my evidence before I continue. In my short time working on this train, I haven't visited the conductor car yet. Feels empty? Wait, where's the conductor? That's odd. I haven't seen him throughout the train at all. Last we saw him was when he left the dining car.
Something clearly happened here.
Nothing we can't figure out. Come on, time to investigate. Let's crack on. Did this fall over when the train sped up? Not sure. Wait, what's it say on the mug? A cup of joe in your hand, wife by your side, paradise.
Alright. We get it. He loves his wife.
You know, I'm alright. I don't need to check the trash bin. You're satisfied with finding a clue before, huh? I know they say always check the trash bin, but I'm good. I'll go out on a high note. What's this? Was someone playing darts?
That's not a throwing dart. That's a blow dart. Someone brought a weapon onto this train.
That shouldn't be possible. Tails is right. The train detects any weapons on a passenger before letting them aboard. Let's make a note of this. This robot arm is completely torn off. Yuck, how creepy.
That arm is powerful. It'd be tough to break out of its grip.
A lot of people here have the strength to tear this off, but the question is, why? A confrontation definitely occurred in this room. We should log this. Aye aye, sir. I think we found enough clues. Let's talk to Amy and solve this once and for all. Well, you two? Think you have enough evidence for me to call everyone here? It's high time we named a suspect. What do you think, Yuki? Ready to solve this case? I mean, I guess so. Hello, everyone! This is the birthday girl speaking. Please report to the conductor car at once. For anyone wondering why I'm moving around so much when I do this, I don't know if you've ever seen professional voice actors work, but you really do kind of have to move around when you're doing voice acting like this. It's the only way to get the sound to come out right. Yeah, Sonic killed himself. Unalived himself. I'm sorry, don't TOS me, no! Wonderful to have you all here. Tails and I are ready to announce our prime suspect. With assistance from Yuki. Why hasn't Sonic shown up? Real quick, can you come with me to get Sonic? You must still be pretending to be dead, lazy bum.
Ready, let's go get him.
Let me tell you, darlings, this has been a delight.
A delight?
The air in here is so intense, I love it. Nothing like the thrill of a mystery. The train has so many amenities, I feel so catered to. Admittedly, having a lot of fun myself, the amusement of a chase. I see why you're a detective outside of this mystery, SBO.
You and I love a good thrill, it seems. On this train, I am but a humble poet.
I'd be willing to do an event like this again. It says here the train has escape rooms as well. I love escape rooms. Count me in. I'm so glad everyone's having a good time. Maybe we could ride in a train just to relax sometime. Ha! Yeah, that'd be fun too!
What in the world?
That's Amy's voice! Quick, where's Amy? Imagine they teased a sequel. So as it turns out, if you, see in the option? Yeah, you look at the credits in the options, it turns out, oh, by the way, it mentions Happy April Fool's Day in here, but where did I see that? Oh, I think it's actually in the copyright. The copyright is apparently 2014? So this game might be older than we think, and it just now got, like, published and released? I doubt who killed Sonic in the sequel. He's not responding to us! Sonic! Sonic! What? Is he hurt? Why isn't he moving? Sonic? Sonic, can you hear us?
He's banged up. If there's a pulse, it's weak. Set him down, Vector. Make sure his head is propped up. I'll help you.
I knew one of you would take this too far! Apparently she's got her hammer back. Which one of you did this to Sonic? On my birthday, no less!
Could this really have been one of us?
There's no one else here, Knuckles! I think I kind of slipped more into Tails' voice there for a second. There's no one else here, Knuckles! So I'll ask again, which one of you did this? Oh, she's going like full yandere now. This is inexcusable. Sonic's hurt. I mean, I did say right at the beginning that he looked like he might be injured. I'm going to expose the monster who did this. Tails is not having it. I thought Sonic could handle anything, but somehow he met his match. I'm going to help you get to the bottom of this, Tails.
Absolutely. Me too. Same.
We're going to figure out exactly what happened in this room. And punish the one responsible. Sonic? I really was hurt this whole time, and I did nothing. I'm righting my wrong. I must take down the murderer. Tails, Yuki and I have a big question to ask. From what I can tell, this seems like it was originally a fan project that SEGA, kind of gave their blessing for, and then eventually released as this April Fool's joke. Okay, so I do have the two people that are supposed to not be suspects on here. But I don't have myself, and I don't have Sonic. Mario did it. Say Tails just for fun? Okay. The person I was with trying to solve the mystery this whole time. That can't be right. Neither Tails nor I can be the murderer. That's right. Let me pick a game. Who in this room did this? Who killed Sonic the Hedgehog? I think if we're talking about, like, people who had access, we're probably looking at Espio, Rouge, Shadow, he's a sussy little femboy fox after all. He's... Traditionally, Tails is actually more of a child than a femboy, but yeah. In fact, in some of the canon, he was only like 2 or 3 years old. I don't know, let's throw the curveball and go with Espio. Espio, you were the one to murder Sonic, weren't you?
I did no such thing, my young friend. But if it's a battle of wits you wish, I would love to discuss things.
Let's discuss.
What the? You're accusing Espio? We already talked about this. The man was reading. You have nothing.
Restating Espio's alibi would be helpful for everyone, I think. Espio was locked in the library car reading. He only had access to the saloon car during the murder. However, new evidence has come to light that needs to be addressed. Yuki, could you fill everyone in? What did we find that brings into question Espio's alibi? Espio could have left the library at any time because Tails and I found a hidden passage from the library car to the lounge car. In the lounge, the hidden passage exits behind the wardrobe. I feel lucky we even found it. Not only would Espio avoid any locked doors, but that would put him in the car just before this one.
You have no evidence I used any secret passage. I answered all your questions without flaw. I was reading the entire time, remember?
It's true, you didn't miss a question. But I think Yuki and I can explain that too. Yuki, I sense another game coming on. How did Espio know everything in the train manual he was reading? A ninja like him speed reads, or he's a poet, so a quick reader. I don't know if we're going within the context of what, okay, let's go with this one. Espio is a poet. I feel such a profession would make you quite the reader.
What are you getting at?
You picked a random book from the shelf and memorized it. Just to guarantee yourself a clean alibi.
What? That's absurd. Memorizing a whole book.
I know this is a talented bunch, but that seems like a lot. I don't know, it's plausible. Espio is particularly skilled.
I've known Espio a long time. He once speedread a book I was reading just to spoil the ending for me.
If I'm right, and Espio quickly memorized a book before entering the hidden passage, then Espio could have met Sonic in the conductor's car where he was murdered.
Since we're only talking about what-ifs, let me throw something at you. How was I to know about the hidden passage? It's hidden.
That's right! How would Espio have known it was there? You said it yourself, kid. You were lucky to even find the passage.
Yuki and I might not have the evidence to answer your question, but we know someone who does. Yuki? Who here has evidence to prove Espio knew about the hidden passage? It's gotta be either Rouge or Shadow. Well, I mean, I suppose it could be Amy. But Amy was surprised by the knowledge of the secret passage as well. So... I think Rouge is the one who came and went using the secret passage earlier. I don't know for sure though. Oh yeah, the blueprints. Rouge, we need to see those blueprints.
Blueprints? You stole blueprints?
Whatever. I already used it to scout for more treasures. Come up cold. And you can have it. This right here is a blueprint to the entire train. Espio could have easily used this to find the hidden passage.
What makes you think I ever saw those blueprints? Rouge had them.
Well, Yuki, you have an answer for him? How could Espio have seen those blueprints? He found them before Rouge did because they were in the manual that he read. Rouge, where did you find the blueprints? Oh, the library card. It was stuffed with brochures. I checked out the saloon car first, then found the blueprints after leaving. So that means Espio had time to find the blueprints and discover the hidden passage. In my theory, Espio looked at the blueprints and then used the hidden passage to get to Sonic. Within Amy's guidelines, the murderer can kill a single participant however they choose. The logistics are still vague, but Yuki and I have evidence on how Sonic was murdered. I'm unsure how much harm Espio caused Sonic, but Yuki and I have evidence on how it was done.
Oh, this is rich. Pray tell.
If I murdered Sonic, how did I do it?
Blow dart? Or... chili dog? I really want to give this as an option. On second thought, this doesn't seem right. How could Espio have murdered Sonic? Oh, okay. Blow dart it is. Okay, now to form my argument. Come on, focus. You're close, Yuki. What would Sonic do? Okay, that's new. I didn't know that could happen. I thought I was doing so well, too. Oh no, I did it again! Oh, it still clipped me. No, I jumped over the spring! Oh, that spot gets me every time. No! Oh, it's the way the spikes are set up before that. It drives me to that spot. Got it. Great success. This blow dart was found here in the conductor's room. I believe Espio used this to knock Sonic unconscious. So you mean Sonic might just be knocked out? I'm unsure. He's more banged up than what a blow dart would do. According to Amy's rules, a blow dart counts as a kill for the murder mystery. My theory, therefore, is plausible.
Plausible, you'd say? Why are there so many holes in it?
You deny the allegations?
Of course I do. Let me present the first fatal flaw. If I knocked out Sonic in the conductor's car, then how was Sonic found in the dining car?
Aw, shoot, that's a good point. But Tails was onto something, I'm sure of it.
I locked all the doors, and Espio didn't have a key. He would have to have taken the secret hidden passage back.
If he took the hidden passage back, he'd end up back in the library. Yuki and I know another way it could have been done. We do? What piece of evidence might we need to take a closer look at? Either the blueprints or the train map, I guess. Maybe the blueprints. Oh, they could be the robot arm, but... Alright, now what's my argument? We're getting closer. Think, Yuki, think. Oh no! There's more? Oh, these are getting so difficult. one ring short. Big oof. You said it, me. Losing a bunch of rings right at the very start was not an auspicious beginning. Just barely. Heart attack, trying to distract me and kill me. Alright, let's take a look. If Espio didn't take the secret passage to get to the dining car, then what route did he take to get Sonic there? There's a path above the conductor's car, and it goes all the way to the dining car. What? I didn't even see that area. Is that some sort of long attic? According to these blueprints, there's a hidden path in the ceiling that leads straight to the dining car. Perhaps you can access it through the vent over there? The vent, of course. That must be where the entrance to the path.
Allow me to check it out. My word. There is a path back here, and a track.
A track? Huh?
A track for the robot arms, I think.
This must be the path the robot arms take to move throughout the train. Espio did indeed vent. Very sussy. Much sus.
So you're saying I somehow fit with Sonic into that vent and took him to the dining car? Tails, you're a smart kid, so I know you realize we both couldn't fit up there.
Espio's right. This is feeling flimsy, Tails.
I need an answer. My name's getting dragged around. How on earth would I get Sonic through that vent?
Phew, now to think about my argument. You can do this, Yuki. You can do this. No. Please. Oh no. Part of what makes this so difficult is getting the rings isn't optional. You have to get a certain amount to succeed. A lot to concentrate on. Oh geez! Oh geez! I'm nowhere close. Yeah, this one you have to be like flawless, I think. Jeez. I felt like I even did pretty decent that time and still not even close. Okay. Oh no! Okay, well, I should just die. That one was bad. $69, $71. Just barely. Everyone saw the broken robot arm on the ground, right? Clearly, a fight broke out here, and one of these robot arms was a casualty. But what if the other robot arms actually caught Sonic? Knuckles said there's a track the robot arms use that continues through the vent. A robot arm could have grabbed Sonic passed out from a blow dart and carried him to the dining car.
Could that be true?
Take a look at Sonic, he's clearly banged up. Could the fight have been between Sonic and the robot arms? I can see that. Those arms do look powerful.
Sonic doesn't fall easily, but if he's woozy from a blow dart, the arms could have gotten him.
Interesting theory, Tails. You have to admit there are a lot of coincidences. I might not be able to link everything directly to Espio yet, but I have found one inconsistency.
What kind of inconsistency?
Someone here received false information, and I believe that information came from Espio. Who received that information? I believe that was Amy. Amy, you said you received a hot scoop, did you not? I think it's time you told us where the scoop came from. Tails, you're right. Espio lied to me. Espio told me Shadow was locking doors to trap Sonic. But when we found out Shadow was trying to keep me from discovering my birthday surprise...
That scoop came from you, Espio? No, of course not. Amy must have misheard me.
Misheard you?
Yes, I said Sonic's going to get trapped with all these locked doors. I was just looking out for my fellow passengers' safety. I didn't blame Shadow.
I don't know, Espio.
What?
The evidence might not be airtight, but there's a lot being thrown at you that makes sense.
I have to agree. Want us to believe you were lazily reading the whole time? You were stationed in a room with a hidden passage? Ugh.
And now you're lying to me on my birthday of all days? I believe the murderer used the train's controls to move Sonic from the conductor's car to the dining car, and lied to Amy, causing further blame on Shadow for no other reason than to cause doubt and confusion. When examining everybody's alibis, one clearly stands out as the weakest. I believe it's clear to everyone that it could only have been one person. It was you, Espio. You were the one who murdered Sonic the Hedgehog. The roses. Oh look, Sonic's up. Turns out it was me the whole time with the chili dog. Hey guys. Sonic, you're okay! Sonic! And just as we solved the mystery, Espio was the murderer. Right.
Espio jumped me in the conductor car. Dang it, you got me. A blow dart, though? Really?
It's non-lethal poison. You'll just be sleepy for a while.
Great, I could use a nap. No, wait, there's something important. Espio left me there.
Something important?
I need everyone to listen. The train's a badnik.
Sonic, are you feeling alright?
You need to lie back down. No, we all need to get off this train. We're not safe.
What?
When I arrived at the conductor's car, the conductor was already here. He was so excited to tell me all about the features of the train. But what he was telling me, I had a bad feeling. I asked to see the power source. The conductor hadn't even seen it. When we took a look, we realized the train's powered by a flicky.
Yes, it was the sussy snap all along. A flicky, the tiny animal? There's only one person twisted enough to use a flicky as a power source. Dr. Eggman. Excuse me. I just want to point out that it's really impressive for one tiny bird to be able to be the power source for this entire gigantic train with all these robotic elements and everything.
I told the conductor the train needed to be destroyed. He refused. The way the conductor was describing it, it's more than a simple badnik. It's the conductor's friend. The train is his co-conductor.
You're not serious. They certainly didn't tell me that in the interview.
Right as we saw the flicky, I felt a sting in my shoulder. It was the blow dart from Espio.
Also, additional supporting evidence would be the Eggman poker chips in the casino.
Espio left. The lights in the room started to glow red.
Hey, stop. What are you doing?
I knew something was wrong and stood up. The arms came for me next. I spin dashed right through the robot arm, sliced it off the rail it was on.
Wow, I'm amazed he was able to do any of this poisoned.
But another robot arm managed to grab me and pin me to the floor. The conductor screamed as the arms approached him, but I was hit quite a bit before it all got to me.
Oh no!
Everyone, I have something to admit.
The voices are getting mixed up, are they? Well, I mean, at the start of one of those sentences.
I murdered Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, we already knew that. The situation has gotten so serious. Why would you not just tell us?
I thought that's how these murder games worked. You shoot someone with a blow dart, they die.
Are you crazy? It was just a make-believe game. No one should get hit with a blow dart.
I was just following the rules. See?
Use this blow dart on Sonic, stationed in the conductor car. It is laced with a non-lethal sleeping agent. Thank you again for choosing the Mirage Express staff.
What is that?
It says... Oh, I'm not going to read that again. What is this? Instructions?
I was given the blow dart along with that card.
It's signed staff. Who gave this to you?
Come to think of it, one of the robotic arms handed it to me.
Weapons shouldn't be allowed on the train. What is the larger picture here? Who instructed those arms to attack? Who or what? Yuki, who do you think attacked Sonic and handed SPO the blow dart? I believe something's been orchestrating things behind the scenes. Something wanted Sonic out of the picture and for a good while, so I think the train itself is plotting something. First we learned the train's a badnik, and now it's out to get us?
Once again, keep saying the most ridiculous nonsense. You're seriously convinced the train has it out to get us?
I don't know what the train's full intent is, but clearly it's been tampering in our murder mystery game. The greatest crime of all, second only to not using a coaster. Shreen? Come out and show yourself! Amy? It's my birthday, and I don't need you messing with it! Amy's hitting the wall with her hammer.
I'm with you, Amy. This train can have it.
Come on, there's gotta be another way to get the train's attention. What was that?
That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, or join me on Twitch or Twitter. Hope to see you next time on Yukikaze Gaming. Matane!